Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Kay, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at my beauty empties from June. So if you're not sure what an empties video is, basically it's where people like myself use up products completely, keep hold of the rubbish, and then get on camera and then let people know what we think about them. I know I've said this before, but these are some of my favourite videos to film. They're also some of my favourite videos to watch. I just think that when someone's used up a product in its entirety, you've got a better idea about how you feel about that product rather than just going off of first or second impressions. So I do have my little container of goodies here, or ex-goodies should I say. Now, before we get into it, I do just want to mention that some of the products in here are from my Project Pan or from my Did I Use It series. So I'm going to talk about those first. So if you don't want to know about those, I'll put a timestamp either in the description or in the comment section so that you can skip past those products. And then we'll get into the products that aren't included in other projects that I've got going on this channel. Okay, so first up are things from my Project Pan series, and the first thing that I'm going to talk about is the lip balm. So this is from Givenchy, and this is the Le Rouge Perfecto in the shade 01 Perfect Pink. Whoops, just dropping the lid there. So you can see I've completely used it up. Well, there's some like left right in there, but without getting a brush or my finger and digging in, I can't really access it. And with the stick lip balm, I don't want to do that. So I did call this done as part of the project, and I'm calling it done in general. I did kind of like this. It wasn't my favourite lip balm formula, and with the shade that it was as well, it came out, it wasn't clear, but it wasn't an opaque colour either. It was just this light pink sort of shade. I wasn't really a fan of it, but it wasn't terrible. It wasn't really that noticeable. I think it was more just that I knew it was there more than anything else. But yeah, I wouldn't buy a full size one of these just because it just wasn't my favourite. I've got other lip balms that I enjoy more. And if you can hear outside noises, by the way, children playing, cars going past, anything like that, it's quite a warm day here today, so I've got to have the window open, otherwise I'm going to melt. But anyway, that's that. And moving on from the lip balm, we've got this. So this was a little sample of perfume, and this is the Oscar de la Renta Oscar Flor. I'm trying to remember what I thought about this. I know it wasn't my favourite, but I think I preferred it to the other Oscar de la Renta perfume that I tried fairly recently. What was that called? Something, oh, Petal Extraordinaire or something like that. It got those words in there somewhere. That one was just far too reminded me of lilies far too much, and I've recently discovered that I don't like that in perfumes. This did have a little bit of that lily fragrance to it, but it wasn't as strong, so I could bear it, I could tolerate it a little bit more. And it was a little bit more sort of other floral, so it kind of disguised it a little bit, but still not something that I would repurchase a full-size version of. It just wasn't me. And then we're on to products that I've mentioned in my Did I Use It series. So I've got the Rituals body scrub. So this is the Ritual of Sakura range, and it's the softening rice scrub. I actually quite liked this. It wasn't a super scrubby scrub, which typically I do enjoy, but this was quite moisturising. It just felt really nice to use, so I did actually really enjoy using this, and the fragrance of this as well. I love the Sakura range. It's definitely one of my favourites, so I actually would consider buying a a full size one of these. I don't need to right now. I do have some other body scrub type things in my life at the moment, so I don't need to buy one straight away. But as and when I do want to repurchase body scrub, this is definitely going to make the list of things that I will look at. Next we've got the Josh Wood Colour Everything Mask. So this was a hair product. It says on the front that it's a colour locking, multitasking, deep conditioning treatment for every hair colour. I just used this as a deep conditioning treatment. I think I probably used it a couple of times a week. I got a fair few uses out of this actually. It was a 30ml little deluxe sample size. I'm trying to remember if it had a scent. It did, but it wasn't nothing. It's nothing too over the top. It was hair product fragrance basically, and I quite enjoyed using it. My hair seemed to quite like it, but I don't think it was anything super special, so I don't think I would repurchase a full size version. I've definitely tried hair masks that are probably a little bit cheaper that I've enjoyed either just as much if not more, so not a bad product. And like I said, I did enjoy using it, but just not something that I feel like I need to have in my life. And then the last thing from my projects is this. So this was a sheet mask from Shangpri, and it's the calming mask. Size everlasting flower water, chamomile oil and neroli oil. Now I've had this for a while. I had it well over a year, and I'd never got around to using it, so I did decide to give it a go, and it was okay. There was a lot of serum in here. In fact, there's still some sitting in the bottom of this packet now, so that there was plenty. It does have a lavender fragrance to it, which for me personally, I don't mind that. As long as it's not like properly in your face, that's all you can smell is lavender kind of thing going on, I can live with it. But I know some people are quite sensitive to lavender, so this probably might be something you'd want to avoid if that's you. The idea on the instructions on the back of this, actually, it did say to open the packet and breathe in the aroma 3 times. So it was kind of, the idea behind this was that it was an aromatherapy kind of thing, which I could kind of say. It did have a lot of sort of essential oil type things in here. So it had the lavender oil, it had some orange flower oil, it had some chamomile flower oil, it had some spearmint, it had sage, it had some more lavender type things in here. So yeah, there was a lot of fragrancy type things in here. It felt okay, and the overall effect of the sheet mask was okay. Again, not something that I feel like I need to have in my life, so I probably wouldn't repurchase this one. There are other face masks that I quite enjoy using, so I think I'd just prefer to use those over this one with all the fragranced oils in. And then we're on to everything else, and there's quite a few products in here, so in no particular order, I'm just going to dip my hand in, pull something out and let you know what I think about it. So right on top here we've got this. So this was from, I don't know how you say this, I don't know whether it's Spongelle or Spongelle. I kind of want to add the accent on the end there because there is an accent on that E there. But anyway, however you pronounce it, this was the body wash infused buffer with the fragrance Bulgarian rose. I love these. I've had a few of them now, mainly through FabFitFun, but this one actually came in a Tribe Beauty box not too long ago, and yeah, I really liked it. I actually didn't get much use out of it. I put it in the bathroom, I used it maybe twice, and then the next thing I know, my husband has given my son a bath. My son has grabbed hold of the sponge and has pretty much just squeezed all the soap out of it during that bath time. such is life with a 4-year-old. But anyway, the 2 uses that I got out of it, I actually did enjoy it. The sponge, actually, we're still using it as a sponge. It's quite exfoliating, so I quite like to use that. It does feel quite good when I'm using it for exfoliating the skin. The fragrance of this I quite enjoyed. It was rose scented, so I know there's a lot of people that don't like rose scents. I am not one of them. I quite like a rose scent, so for me that was fine. For me it was definitely there. So if you're not a fan of a rose fragrance, I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't. But I personally didn't feel like it was super strong, but I do quite like fragrances, so not particularly in my sort of facial skincare, but for everywhere else I don't mind it so much. I actually have repurchased some of these before through FabFitFun's add-on sales, so if I get the opportunity again I probably will. So that's that. Okay, so next we've got a hair product. And this was the Nature Lab Tokyo Perfect Repair Treatment Mask. I really enjoyed this. I had this, I think, from a FabFitFun. And yeah, it was just really nice. My hair responded so well to it, and it seemed to last a long time as well. I felt like I wasn't using a massive amount in order to sort of coat my hair in it and get that mask kind of effect. So that was really nice. Fragrance wise, again, nothing massively overpowering. It just smelled a little bit like hair care. It did have coconut oil in, I think. Yeah, it does have coconut oil in, so it was quite nourishing, and I think that's why my hair quite liked it, because it's not super dry, but it does tend to like hydrating treatments, hydrating conditioners, so I think that's why it liked this so much, because that coconut oil was quite high up there in the ingredients as well, so there was a fair amount in there. But yeah, I don't know if I'd actually be able to buy this again. I haven't looked, to be honest, but yeah, if I got the opportunity I would probably give it another go, to be honest. And then another hair care product is from Grow Gorgeous, and this is the Scalp Detox, and it was an exfoliating pre-wash treatment, so basically a scalp scrub. I actually wasn't keen on this. I'd tried another scalp scrub from Way, I think it was. It was actually a scalp and body scrub, but I used it primarily for my scalp. And I really liked that one. This one, I struggled a little bit with it. It did scrub. It was actually quite decent in terms of, you know, how well it scrubbed. But I found it really difficult to wash out. I just felt like I was there for ages trying to get it out of my hair. So I didn't enjoy that, because with the Way product, it kind of just, because it was like, I think it was sugar. Was it sugar or salt or a mixture of the two? I can't remember. But either way, because it was one or the other, it did kind of dissolve. So although you did have to wash some of it out, most of it was dissolving as you were sort of scrubbing, so it was just a lot easier to get out. This just wasn't like that at all. So it was okay. It did its job in terms of scrubbing the scalp, but I just didn't like the effort it took to take it back out again afterwards. I don't have time for that kind of thing, really. So no, I probably wouldn't repurchase this particular scrub. Something else I wouldn't repurchase is from Avant, and this is the Velvet Perfecting Rose Sugar Lip Scrub. I really didn't like this. I didn't like it when I first got it. I didn't think I'd enjoy it. I did use it. I did use it up as much as I could. You can see there's still some in there, but it's just a complete pain to try and get out of here. It's just in one of these kind of things, and just trying to squeeze anything else out of there is a nightmare. So without cutting it and digging in, and I didn't like it that much. It was just really sticky, and it didn't have a lot of scrub to it either, so it just felt kind of pointless having it on, to be honest. It was supposed to be moisturising as well, which I could kind of see, But again, I don't really feel like I had enough benefit from that aspect of it to warrant me wanting to buy this again. On top of that, the taste was absolutely awful. Lip scrubs, I'm used to having lip scrubs like sugar scrubs in a pot, so that tastes quite sweet if you do accidentally get them into your mouth. This just tasted like chemicals, which I wasn't a fan of. And even if I did enjoy any aspect of this lip scrub, there is no way in hell that I am paying Avant prices for a lip scrub. I mean, this is 10ml, and I'm pretty sure this was around £55 for a lip scrub. No. Yeah, but add to that it's also, for me at least, a terrible product in every sense. No. Next, I've got a couple of moisturisers, and the first one is this one. So this is from Marlin & Goetz. This is the Vitamin B5 Body Moisturiser. This was just a 30ml deluxe sample. I can't remember for the life of me where I had this from, but I really liked it, and I hate that I really liked it. It smelled a little bit citrusy, which I quite liked. It was quite refreshing, and the consistency of this as well was just really nice. It wasn't quite body butter, it was kind of a step down from that, so not quite as thick, but it wasn't like super runny to the point where you put it on your skin and your skin just sort of sucks it in and you don't even notice you've put anything on. It was just so nice, and my skin just felt so happy and moisturised after I used this. I was just really sad that this was only 30ml, because I did use it up quite quickly. I got about 2 or 3 uses out of it, and then that was it. It was gone. But yeah, I would love to have this in my life, but I do know from a previous product that I've tried from the brand that this is going to be pricey. I tried an eye cream and I loved that eye cream. To this day, it's still the eye cream I dream about going back to if I had the funds to do it. But yeah, I remember that was ridiculous. I think that was sort of £50–60, I think, for a little like 10ml pot of eye cream. No, again, no. So yeah, I can only imagine what this would be. I don't think I'm going to be having this again anytime soon, but yeah, if it was to happen to come into my life again, I would be more than happy to use this again. I really did like it. And then the second moisturiser was just this teeny tiny little sample from Rituals, again from the Sakura line, and this was the body cream with organic rice milk and cherry blossom. I've had a full size one of these, so I already knew I liked it. This just happened to come in some kind of freebies or goodie bag or something, I really can't remember where, and I just decided to try and use it up. So yeah, it was nice. I really love the fragrance. I love the feeling of it. Again, it's something that my skin quite likes, so I probably would buy another one. I do have quite a few moisturiser type things on the go at the moment, so I don't need to purchase it right now. But again, if I need to, this one is on the list, and also slightly more affordable than the Marlin & Goetz. And next we've got this. So this was from Delicious, which is a brand that I haven't really seen or heard a lot about. I probably need to look into whether I could actually still get this, to be honest. I've had this for a while, and when I was digging out a coffee scrub for my Did I Use It series, I actually came across this at the same time, and I thought, oh, I'll put you in the pile to use as well then. So this is an original black tea body scrub, and I really liked this. It was so nice, and this was 100 grams as well, so this was quite a nice size to give it a good try. I got several uses out of this. I just sort of grabbed a handful and then just put it all over me. Just like with a coffee scrub, it is quite messy, but the effects of this were so good. I really liked it because it was tea, and I think it had sugar in as well. Yeah, sugar and salt. It was a proper scrubby scrub, which I really love for a body scrub. So afterwards my skin just felt really refreshed, properly exfoliated, and it says exfoliate and glow. I really did feel like my skin glowed after this. Now I have a theory that that's probably the tea in there slightly staining your skin and making it look a little bit maybe healthier than it normally would. But yeah, whatever the reason behind it, I liked the effect. I would absolutely get another one of these. I actually forgot that I'd used this until I've just pulled it out of this box, but I'm going to put this to one side. I'm going to see if I can get hold of another one because this was lovely. Next we've got a cleansing balm, and this was from Clinique. So just a little deluxe mini. Again, no idea where I had it from, but it was just a little pot of balm that you had to sort of dig some out of. You'd put it on your face, you'd then wet it to emulsify it, give your face a bit of a wash, and then rinse it off. It was okay. It was nothing super special, and to be honest, I've tried the Emma Hardy cleansing balm, the Moringa cleansing balm, and I love that stuff. Oh, it's so good. I mean, the scent just reminds me of my grandparents, which is a whole other story entirely. But the actual balm itself just seems to just take my makeup off. This just didn't seem to be as effective, which was surprising because I know that this is a firm favourite amongst most people who have anything to do with beauty or skincare. So I was a little bit disappointed that this didn't work as well for me. It was nice and it did do the job, but I definitely needed that second cleanse afterwards, whereas with the Moringa balm or the DHC cleansing oil, I just don't feel like that second cleanse is like 100% necessary. This unfortunately just sort of fell a little bit short for me. So yeah, that was that. Next we've got a couple of lip masks, and I'm going to hold this one upside down because I feel like there's probably still some product in there. So I'll start with this one actually, and then I can just get it out of the way. So this is the, what's the brand? I can't remember. SF maybe? It's just there. This is the Suns Out Pouts Out Gold Foil Lip Mask. I've used one of these already. I had a pack of these in FabFitFun. I think there was 5 of them, so probably 4 or 5. I think I've still got a couple left. I know I mentioned in the last empties video where I had one of these. This is huge, absolutely massive. It just covers like the entire lower half of my face, which is crazy. And there's so much product in here. It was all just like dripping down my face. I just wasn't fun. And it's also one of those lip masks that doesn't have a slit in it as well. So, you know, if you're trying to do it in the morning when you've got a 4-year-old trying to ask you questions, it's not really great, is it? So yeah, not my favourites, but I have still got a couple left, so I will use them up just because I've got them, but I wouldn't repurchase these. And then the second one was from Steve Laurent. This came in a subscription box. It was either Glossybox or Look Fantastic, one of them. I don't remember which one. I don't even remember which month at this point. But this was the Total Repair Lip Mask, and I think this was another one that didn't have a slit in it as well, which was quite annoying, but it was a little bit smaller than the Suns Out one, so it wasn't quite as like smothering to me. I quite liked this one. It did feel quite nice on the lips, and the serum was quite nice. It didn't drip everywhere like the other one did as well. So I would definitely prefer this one over the SF one. But I don't know. I get lip masks through subscription boxes quite a lot anyway, and I've still got a handful left, so it's not something that I would think about repurchasing right now. And to be honest, I probably wouldn't repurchase this one just because it didn't really stand out to me. Next we've got a few eye masks, so we'll start with this one. This is from OK, and it's the ginseng and eucalyptus under eye mask. I won't talk too much about this because I know I've mentioned them before, but basically I love these. I love these. They're not too expensive. I think they're about £3.50 for a pack, which compared to some on the market isn't that bad. And I do really enjoy them as well. They do feel really cooling, and I just enjoy using them. So I will probably repurchase these. I won't at the moment, just because I do have the Zoeva brightening masks in the tub. So I think there's like 30 pairs in there, so that'll keep me going for a little while. So I don't need to buy any more eye masks at the moment, but as and when I do, I will probably get another one of these, just because I do love them so much. I have repurchased in the past. I will again. And then we've got these two. I really can't remember too much about these. I feel like these, I think I liked these. So these are the Dragon's Blood eye masks. So depuffing biocellulose eye masks. So these were just like eye gels, and I quite liked them. The serum in them was quite nice. Wasn't balling up or anything after I'd finished and was trying to pat it in, so that was really nice. But Rhodoil's quite expensive, so I think I would definitely prefer to go with that over that, even if it was just for the price difference. So that's those. And then this one, it was a brightening and firming gold eye mask. It was from Vitamasks or Vitamasks. These were more like a fabric type eye pad, which I don't hate. I quite enjoy most eye masks, to be honest. I strongly suspect that they were gold on one side. The idea is that the gold's supposed to do something. I think it's supposed to be a brightening thing. I can't say that I noticed that, but it was nice and refreshing to do an eye mask, so there's that. Would I repurchase? Probably not. And then we're down to the last two products, and we've got a couple of makeup products. So the first one is from Model Co, and this is the clear brow gel. And I actually really enjoyed this, which was surprising. I don't really use a lot of brow products, and I'd certainly never really used a brow gel before I tried this. So the fact that I've managed to use it up, I'm quite impressed with myself for that, to be honest. So it was a clear brow gel. It wasn't crunchy or stiff or anything on my brows, which I really appreciated, and I would actually use this again. I don't know if I would buy this, just because I kind of want to try out some other brands to see what they're like. But if this was something that came into my life again through a subscription box, for instance, I would be more than happy to use this again. It was quite nice. I quite liked it. And then last but not least, we've got a mascara. So this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lash Brag Volumizing Mascara. I liked this. I'd heard some mixed things about this mascara, so I really wasn't sure what to expect. But this was really nice. I liked it. It was quite volumizing. This did exactly what it said it was going to do. It volumized, it made my lashes sort of, you know, if I curled my lashes, it didn't make them drop. They stayed where they were supposed to be. And I just really enjoyed using this mascara. It is finished. I think there's probably still a tiny little bit left in here, but honestly there's not a lot. But I did notice the last couple of times that I was using it that it was definitely drying up. I was starting to get a little bit of flakiness throughout the day when I used this, so it was definitely drying up. But brand new, and for that first sort of 2.5 months, really nice. Really enjoyed it. I would get another one of these, but I would only buy a mini. A full size one, I think it's just going to dry up too quickly. I won't get enough use out of it. So I wouldn't get a full size, but I would definitely get another mini. And that brings us to the end of my beauty empties from June. So let me know in the comments down below if you finished anything in June. Did you find any new favourites? Did you finish something and think, no, never doing that again? I'm so glad that's done. What do you think about the products that I've talked about today? Is there anything here that you've tried that you've loved? Maybe you agree with me about some of the things I've talked about. Maybe you've got some hints or tips for me. Maybe I wasn't using a product in quite the right way and you want to let me know about that. Like I said, just let me know in the comments. I really do love to hear all your thoughts and opinions. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to hit that thumbs up button for me. It really does help me out and lets me know that you're enjoying my content. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, but you think you'd like to catch up with me more often, then I'd love it if you could hit that subscribe button too. It's totally free and would help you to find me more easily in future. And with all of that being said, I really do hope everyone's well and staying safe. And I will see you all again in another video very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.